parents should look to mammals in the animal kingdom to learn the best way to stop their baby crying quickly, a new study has suggested. The most effective technique to soothe a crying infant is by carrying them on a 5-minute walk, researchers claimed in a paper released today. This method, one of 4 strategies scientifically tested by researchers, was classified as a transport response. Read more, day-by-day guide from now until the Queen's funeral. Read more, Divisive new feature available on iPhone today. The transport response is an innate reaction seen in many altricial mammals, such as mice, dogs and monkeys, whose young are immature and unable to care for themselves. Researchers observed that when these animals pick up their infants and start walking, the bodies of their young tend to become docile and their heart rates slow. Measuring the heart rates of 21 babies, researchers compared the effects of the transport response, where a baby is held by a walking mother, to 3 other conditions: held by a sitting mother, lying in a still crib, or lying in a rocking cot. When the mother walked while carrying the baby, the team found that crying infants calmed down and their heart rates slowed within 30 seconds. A similar calming effect occurred when the infants were placed in a rocking cot, but not when the mother held the baby while sitting or placed the baby in a still crib. The study suggested that holding a baby alone might be insufficient in soothing a crying infant, contradicting the assumption that maternal holding reduces distress. According to the paper, movement has a calming effect and likely activates a baby's transport response. The effect was more evident when holding and walking continued for 5 minutes. When this happened, all crying babies in the study stopped crying, and nearly half of them fell asleep. But when the mothers tried to put their sleepy babies to bed, more than 1/3 of the participants became alert again within 20 seconds. Read more, Australians' Eureka discovery in remote jungle cave. Read more, how to decode the information hidden in a baby's cries. The team found that all babies produced physiological responses, including changes in heart rate, that can wake them up the second their bodies detach from their mothers. However, if the infants were asleep for a longer period before being laid down, they were less likely to awaken during the process, the paper said. Even as a mother of 4, I was very surprised to see the result, Kumi Kuroda, from the Riken Center for Brain Science in Japan, said. I thought baby awoke during the laydown is related to how they're put on the bed, such as their posture, or the gentleness of the movement. While the experiment involved only others, Kuroda said the results would likely be the same for any caregiver. Based on their findings, Kuroda's team proposed an ideal method for soothing and promoting sleep in crying infants. They recommended parents hold the crying baby and walk for 5 minutes, followed by sitting and holding for another 5-8 minutes, before putting them to bed.